January 18, 2026, Sunday. So today I woke up and then I have this thought stuck in my head. And I come up with this sentence. It says that when the season changes, don't hold on to the last one. So this thought is stuck in my head, so I just kept thinking about it. So it came back and I just kind of write down a quick essay, if you may call, and I wanted to share with you guys. So, when the season changes, don't hold on to the last one. What do I mean by that? I mean, when chapter of your life has come to an end, don't hold on to it. Whether it would be a job that you have been deeply invested in for years, or a relationship that you were familiar with and you have been fond upon since childhood. Now, can't you hold on to it? You may ask. You may ask, what if I do something different? Or what if I change myself? Maybe I can save this important part of my life? And that is a good, valid question, because sometimes that might be the very thing that you need to do. But this video is after you realize that it's actually time to let go. But maybe it's you who deep down still wants to hold on to this past season. And whether it's because it's familiar or it used to be a significant aspect of your life, and letting that go mean a part of you has to die, which can be very painful. So you hold on tight, like a kitten who hold on to its mother's lifeless body because she got hit by a car. Though it is an understandable point why you would not want to move on and move forward. You still need to move on and move forward. That is why I'd like to use this analogy to show you where you end up if you keep hold on to the last season. MMA, or mixed martial arts, is the only sport that I watch. And if you're an MMA fan, then you know this fighter. His name is Tony Ferguson, a Mexican-American fighter, former interim lightweight champion. And for a time, he was unstoppable with the 12th winning streak. Now, everything changes after he fought this absolute killer named Justin Gaethje. In this fight, he took so much damage throughout the 5-round fight, the type of punishment that would put many other fighters down since the first or second round. But if you know Tony Ferguson, then you know that he's just as tough as it gets. Long story short, Ferguson was never the same after that match. With the amount of damage he took, plus with the fact that he's also getting older, it got so bad that he went on a 8-fight loss in a row and eventually let go by the UFC. So what am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say is that if you watch his fights after the Gaethje fight, then you realize that he should have retired way before he was let go by the UFC. And who knows, if he was never let go by the UFC, he might still be fighting, which will be very detrimental for his well-being. Ferguson did not sit down and realize that the season has changed. And it is time for him to let go and move on. It was great as long as it lasted, but it's time to move on. So now he took way more damage than he should, and we do not know for sure what the long-term consequences will be in terms of his health. His professional career started in 2008, and he has probably been training way before that. So his life over at least a decade has been dedicated to fighting. And a fighter is pretty much the biggest part of his identity. So you could imagine how hard it would be for him to recognize that this season of his life is over and it's time to let go and embrace the upcoming one. We all can see the difficulty that he must face of letting go of this part of his life. But now we can also see the price he paid for holding on too long. Don't think you do not pay the price for holding on to what is not supposed to be there anymore. You are wasting your life on this current season where you should be and could be figuring out what's supposed to replace your old previous identity, because you were so fixated on the last season. There's nothing you can do about it. It's already over. The best thing you could do is draw lessons from the last season and see what you could utilize in this current one. Start to find things that give you meaning in this season. Of course, it's not going to be easy. In fact, it's going to be very difficult. But at least you choose to confront it, face on, and you are more likely to find it. But by holding on to the last season, you add an extra unnecessary difficulties to this chapter of your life, which is already difficult because you don't know where you are, where you're going, and then you still hold on to the last one. So you add more things that are not supposed to be there. You make it way more difficult than it should. Now, all of that said, what can you do? Well, at least this is what I do, because I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just sharing what I did, because I'm not in a position to tell you what you do in your life. I'm not even there yet. But at least what I could do is sharing what works for me. So what I've been doing is explore, to see new things and to find new interests, because this is how you discover your next destination. This will be painful. This will be difficult because of the uncertainties. But at least you will be moving forward. There will be pain either way. So pick your poison. One you stuck and only fall deeper. The other, at the very least, you might find your next purpose in life. So lastly, I know this is difficult. I'm struggling with it myself. Please know that you're not alone on this journey. We are all in this incredibly difficult quest called life. And we are in it together. So I wish you all the best and take care.